my head cut off. I need to go back. And I feel too far. Anyway, hi! Today we're going to be doing the mid-year book freakout tag. This tag has been around for so many years. I have been watching people do this video for so long, and I'm so glad that it's still going strong because now I get the chance to do it myself. This is basically just a bunch of questions, kind of talk about the books you've read so far this year, your favorites, your not favorites, all that good stuff. So I have the questions pulled up and I'm just gonna get right into it. We're just gonna talk about it and yeah. The first question is best book you've read so far in 2022. Are we surprised? Now my obvious choice is Hot House Flower, which is this book. Yeah, obviously I read this in January and it is still the best book. It will be the best book, and that's that. You know, I really don't have anything else to say about this. If you've seen any of my videos, then you probably know how I feel about this book. So this is the obvious answer, and since I'm a big old cheater, I'm just gonna choose a second favorite, and that's Love Letter to Whiskey by Candy Steiner. Again, I feel like I've talked about this so much, but this book was just so incredible, and if I'm not counting this, which I am counting it, but gotta have options, this one is definitely my second favorite. So good. Incredible. I've talked about both of these books so much, so I'm not gonna go into it, but just know they are the best. Also, I made a whole video recently about my top 10 favorite books of the year so far, so if you want to check that out, go ahead. And I talk about 10 different favorites from the year, and obviously these were both mentioned in it. Next question is best sequel you read in 2022. And I'm trying to think, have I even read a sequel? Like, obviously I've read series, right? But I've read companion series. So it's not technically a sequel. Oh, I know, this is obvious. The Resurrection of Wildflowers by Macaulay Smeltzer. Another book that I just cannot stop talking about, apparently. Yeah, best sequel. Loved it. Amazing. Okay, third question is new release that you haven't read yet but you want to. So many. Seriously, so many. Book Lovers, Emily Henry. Still haven't gotten to that. Every Summer After by Carly Fortune. Still haven't gotten to that. Blindside by Candy Steiner. Still haven't gotten to that. Although that's like very new. That came out last month, so yeah. There's a lot of new releases that I want to read that I haven't read yet, but those are a couple just off the top of my mind. Question number 4 is most anticipated release for the second half of the year. Do I even need to say anything? I literally pre-ordered this the day she announced it. I've never been more excited for book release, I don't think. So yeah, obviously It Starts With Us, Colleen Hoover. I cannot wait. I am so excited. Question number 5 is biggest disappointment. Now I have a couple. First one that comes to mind is Good Girl Complex by Elle Kennedy. I hated that book. It was not good. It was very boring. I hated the characters, didn't feel a connection to them or between them. It felt like an after retelling. No, not good. Second disappointment is Hook, Line, and Sinker by Tessa Bailey. Now, I didn't hate this book at all. I thought it was fine, but I just remember hearing so many good reviews. I know so many people got ARCs of that book, and so like the reviews were coming out like before the book even came out. And I was so excited because everyone was like, oh my gosh, it's so much better than It Happened One Summer. I love Fox and Hannah. I didn't feel it. I did not feel the connection between them. It's a Friends to Lovers book, and I love Friends to Lovers. But we didn't even really get to see them be friends. Like, it's just kind of implied, but we don't get to see that. Like, the prologue is just a bunch of their text messages, which was fun. I did like that style of prologue. That's kind of all we got to know their friendship by. I don't know, I didn't feel the connection between them. I feel like it was kind of, I don't know, there was no spark there. I didn't like it. Next question is biggest surprise of the year, and I'm gonna have to go with the Dirty Air series. That is the first thing that comes to mind. The Dirty Air series by Lauren Asher. I really loved these books. It wasn't that I wasn't expecting to not love them, but I've just heard like some mixed things. Like people were like, oh, it's okay, like it's her first work, it was fine. But I really enjoyed it. All of the books I gave at least 4 stars. The last one I gave 5 stars. They're just really good books. They're very fun. They're like the perfect amount of fun and sweet and like a little bit emotional. It's really good. I really recommend that series. If you haven't gotten to it yet, they're all on Kindle Unlimited as well. So good. So good. Next question is favorite new author, and this could be like a debut author, someone who just started writing books, or someone who's just new to you. And my answer 100% has to be Candy Steiner. Okay, well, I've already read 3 of her books, and 2 of them were this year. But I just love the way she writes. I love her stories. I love her characters. I feel like she's becoming one of my favorite authors. I just want to read everything she's ever written. And so that is my goal, is to read all of her books. Yeah, I really love her. Question number 8 is newest fictional crush. And that award has to go to none other than Mr. Noah Riley from Say You Swear by Megan Brandy. I love him so much. He is just like so sweet. He is one of the nicest dudes I have ever read about. Like, you know, I love a good mysterious kind of bad boy in a book, but the nice guys always get me too. Noah Riley is a certified nice guy. He is an angel, and I love him so much. I would reread that 700-page book just to read about him again, because he's everything. Although Rick Meadows will always be number 1 in my heart, but Noah Riley. Number 9 is newest favorite character. Why can I not think of anything? Can I just say Daisy Calloway? Is that cheating? It's not cheating because I read Hottest Flower this year. I'm gonna go with Daisy Calloway. Even though she doesn't feel like a new character to me because it's been a while since I've read her book, but yeah, Daisy Calloway from the Addicted series. Love her so much. My favorite girl. Also, Chloe from Redeemed. Chloe and Santi from Redeemed. Oh, Crew Lancaster. Love him. Okay, question number 10 is book that made you cry. I could list so many books for this one because I feel like I'm a very emotional person and it doesn't take much to make me cry. I get very teary-eyed over books, so it doesn't take much. But the first things that come to mind, Full Tilt by Emma Scott, full sobs. Again, Say You Swear by Megan Brandy. The last 30% of this book, I just had tears streaming down my face the whole time I was reading it. On the Way to You by Candy Steiner. The author's note is what got me. The author's note had me bawling. Some Kind of Perfect by Kristen Becca Ritchie. The epilogue book to my favorite series ever. All the tears for that book. I could name several books that have made me cry. Question number 11 is book that made you happy. Redeemed by Lauren Asher. That's the last book in the Dirty Air series. Made me so happy. Things We Never Got Over by Lucy Score. That one also made me very happy. It was very cute. Yeah, I'm gonna go with those 2. Next question is most beautiful book you've bought so far. So like cover, I'm guessing. Oh, this one is easy. For sure, the new covers of the Calloway Sisters series. They redid these books and they are so beautiful. Even though I do love the original ones, I think that they have more personality to them. They suit the character. These are just so beautiful. I love any books with like floral flowers, with any flowers on them. They just look so pretty. They're very simple, but they're very beautiful to look at. I only grabbed this one off my shelf, but when all the spines are lined up, so beautiful. I love the white with like the pops of color. Love it. For sure. Best covers. Love them so much. Although I do have another one to talk about. I haven't uploaded my book haul yet, but I recently got this edition of Heartbones by Colleen Hoover. It is so beautiful. It is even prettier in real life. Like, it is so good. And I love this book. I love it so much. It's so pretty. If you've read the book, you know the pinwheel. So good. This is definitely another one of my favorite covers that I got. Alright, we're almost done. Question number 13 is what books do you want to read by the end of the year? The question should be what books don't I want to read, because there are so many books on my TBR and I feel like I will never get through them all. Off the top of my head, I really want to read the Twisted series by Anna Huang. The 4th book just came out, so now that they're all out, I really want to read them. That's a top priority. Like I said, I really want to read more Candy Steiner books, so those are a priority. I want to read the Like Us series by Kristen Becca Ritchie. A lot of series that I've been putting off, I just want to read. So those are my answers. Finally, the last question is favorite book to film adaptation that you've seen this year. And obviously I gotta go with the Summer I Turned Pretty series. It was so good. Like, it's been out for like 2 weeks now when I'm filming this, and I think about it all the time, and I was not expecting to like it so much. Mostly because I did read the books. I read them when I was in high school, so it's been a very long time. They weren't ever like a big part of my life. Like, I read them and then I kind of just moved on. For the show, I could not even tell you anything that happened. I couldn't even remember who Belly even ended up with in the end. I didn't have super high hopes for the show just because, you know, the story is young adult. It's about, obviously, this teenage girl who's like torn between two brothers. Like, seems very silly, but the show was so well done. The casting was amazing. Each of the characters were just played out so well, and it was just so fun. It just gave me that summer feeling. I felt like I was there. I felt like I was at Cousins Beach. It just, I don't know, it was so good. Yeah, I adored that series. I've watched it twice already, and it made me really want to reread the books, which I haven't yet, but maybe I will before the summer's over, because I really did love the show. So there you have it. That was the mid-year book freakout tag. It was so fun doing a tag. I love just like answering questions about books. Very fun. So yeah, that is all for today's video. The trash truck is right by my house, so I'm gonna wrap this up before it interrupts me. You know, thanks for watching. Okay, bye.